So looking forward, what is the aim for you now? Is it to be ready for presumably not the West Indies series? Presumably the Ashes is the aim, is it?
Yeah, Ashes is the aim. To be honest, I'll just play for Notts and try and do well for them and take wickets and I suppose put my name around again. If people see me taking wickets, then maybe get selected for England. But I'm not going to look too far ahead. But yeah, of course, I'd love to play in the Ashes. Everybody comes up to me and says, "Oh, what about the Ashes? Are you going to play?" So that's one thing I'd love to play. And to finish my career, to play in an Ashes series. Would be fantastic, but there's a lot of cricket ahead, and I'll just take each day as it comes, and then what will be will be.
And no questioning, obviously, that England's bowling attack has struggled recently, particularly that series out in the West Indies. Do you think that you can offer something to that still, that maybe the selectors might just look at you?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. I've maybe got a slight advantage being left arm. I've got a good record, so hopefully I can get back in and take wickets again and do really well. But there's some good young bowlers. Stuart Broad, James Anderson, still very young. Still improving, and they've done really well. And yeah, it's been tough. West Indies, the pitches were seamer friendly, but sometimes that's going to happen in Test cricket and one days, and you just got to get on with it.
So for the Ashes, obviously back on home soil, we look back to 2005 and that incredible series. Can we repeat that sort of performance? Yeah,
there's you've got to be positive. There's no reason why we can't. We've got a great set of players. They're all, the batsmen are all averaging over 40. The bowlers have got good averages, so there's no reason why we can't. It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure there'll be hundreds and thousands of people watching. Intriguingly, and yeah, there's no reason why we can't win, but it's going to be tough. And yeah, I think if we play consistently well as a team, then there's no reason why we can't.
And just how important is it for English cricket at the moment that we do perform well in the Ashes? Because obviously it's been a difficult year with all the issues with Kevin Peterson and everything else that's gone on with the team, and perhaps trying to find a captain that fits. How important is it that we go out there in the Ashes and perform?
Yeah, I mean, there are always going to be issues in any sport, first and foremost, but that's forgotten about. The Ashes is so important. I think the camaraderie, there's great team spirit, and the guys, there's no bigger game, to play in the Ashes, to honour your country and play in those games, which would be great. And I suppose to back up 2005 would be fantastic.
And obviously when you're going into a tournament like that, you're looking to have some sort of momentum. Going into the 2005 series, I think England hadn't lost a test match for something like 2 years. Obviously going into this one, haven't won anything meaningful for quite some time. How important is the upcoming series against the West Indies to get that confidence going into the Ashes? Yeah,
very important. I think you've hit the nail on the head. You need momentum. You need to be playing well. You need that consistency, and as I said, we've got great players, but we've not been consistent as a team. So, the West Indies series is vitally important, one days and Test matches. 2020s maybe, of course, it'd be nice to win a World Cup. But, I think you look at the bigger picture. You've got Australia one days and then South Africa in the winter. So, continuity and consistency within the team and playing well always stands you in good stead.
And when you're looking for that consistency, I mean, it's not only with the England team, is it, but it's for players to perform well with their counties. Noticeably at the moment we've got a number of English players out in the IPL. Do you think it's been good for them to be out there, or do you think it's nothing but disruptive?
No, I think it's part and parcel of the game now. 2020s plays a big part, so I don't think it makes much difference, because we all have to play one day as 2020s. So I think you've got to settle into each mould, as it were. But no, it's not disruptive. I think the guys have got to knock on the door. I think we've got to put everyone under pressure. Bowlers have got to, if you've got 7 or 8 seamers putting each other under pressure for fighting for places, then that's only good for the game and good for England.
Obviously we've got players out there, Collingwood, Shah, Napier, who haven't even got a game out of there, and Kevin Peterson struggling for runs. Do you think that is affecting them, when maybe if you compare it to people like Ian Bell performing well and James Anderson taking a number of wickets back in the English County Championship? Yeah, maybe
so. Maybe there's a case for that, but sometimes the sums of money, the guys are out there, they've got a livelihood, they've got to earn a living. But yeah, I'm sure it won't affect any players at all as soon as they're back in England, and they'll be working hard. They're working hard. They work really hard as a unit. The guys work hard on the game, so I'm sure it wouldn't affect anyone and them as players.
Big news this week is Freddie Flintoff coming home injured. Just how big a blow would that be for England going into the Ashes? Should he not be back fit?
Yeah, it's a big blow for any team. I'm sure he'll be back fighting fit. I'm sure everybody said that one man don't make a team, which it doesn't. You need 11 players, as 2005 Ashes, all 11 players contributed. So you need 11 players to be playing well. But yeah, he'd be a big loss if he wasn't around.
What do you make of Australia's form at the moment?
Yeah, I mean they're playing well. Obviously South Africa gave them a bit of a drubbing on their back soil, but in South Africa, typical Australia came back and performed really well. But I think the disappointing thing, you've got a lot of Aussies over here getting the practice ready for the Ashes. Maybe English cricket should not allow them. When such big series are coming around. But that's the way it goes. I'm sure if we play well, we're a chance, of retaining the Ashes.
Yeah, obviously the next thing I was going to ask you was about the Australian players playing over here in our county championship. Obviously you just voiced your opinion. You're against that, are you? You think that we should have, pulled out the dirty tactics? Or?
Yeah, I mean you can't say that. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's happened year after year after year. So yeah, I'm sure the county guys and the England players would prefer the Australian guys to come over here, not having played many games, especially in county cricket. But you've just got to get on with it. You play what's in front of you, and even though they've got a lot of practice, if you play well, then you've got to be up for a fight.
And is the other side of it not that maybe we can see how they play and maybe learn a little bit tactically about their weaknesses? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, there's always upsides and downsides, but I'm sure that we'd like them to not have too much practice and get many runs and too many wickets, which we'd prefer.
And looking just ahead to the West Indies series and the Ashes, who for you, I mean obviously you've said it's a team game and everybody's important, but who could be the key characters in the England squad that we need to watch out for?
I think you've always got your big players, Petersons, Freddie's, but I think the top order, Alistair Cook, and then your bowlers have got to take 20 wickets. So if we can put the runs on the board, it's going to be difficult. But your 20 wickets is always key, to winning Test matches.
And just finally, named recently in the Wisden Cricketers of the Year, just how big an honour was that for you?
Yeah, massive honour. It sort of, in 18 months came around so quick. Things were just coming thick and fast. But I enjoyed every minute. I never, at one stage, I never thought I'd play for England again. And I suppose here I am. I played 20 odd tests, and I never would have thought that. So yeah, just take it as it comes, and I enjoy every minute and try and give it my best.
So in an ideal world, what does the next year hold for Ryan Sidebottom?
Well, hopefully Ashes and playing in the World 2020 World Cup and winning an Ashes or being part of it would be fantastic. But you've got to play to win, so hopefully I'll be part of that.